The air crackled with unspoken tension. A thin layer of deceit now coated every surface of their once happy home. Sarah stared at her husband, Mark, his jaw clenched tight, his eyes avoiding hers. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. What she discovered would shatter her life into a million pieces, each sharper than the last. They had built a life together, a life that seemed immune to the storms that ravaged others. Laughter, love, and shared dreams had been the foundation of their world. Yet lately, shadows had begun to creep in, whispering doubts into Sarah's ears. Mark, always so attentive, had become distant, his touch hesitant, his gaze distant. Her friends dismissed her concerns. It's just stress, they'd say. But Sarah felt it in her gut. This wasn't stress. This was something far more sinister, a betrayal so profound it threatened to consume her. The whispers grew louder, morphing into screams inside Sarah's head. Her once unshakable trust in Mark began to crumble like dust. Late nights at the office became more frequent, his phone now a shield he hid behind. He'd flinch when she touched him, his body stiffening under her caress. The man who had once craved her touch now recoiled from it. Her heart, once a drum of love, now beat a staccato rhythm of fear and suspicion. One name echoed louder than the rest, a name that sent chills down Sarah's spine, her mother, Evelyn. The thought was absurd, unthinkable. And yet, the more Sarah tried to dismiss it, the more it burrowed into her mind, a parasitic fear taking root. The truth, when it finally revealed itself, was far more horrifying than Sarah could have ever imagined. A misplaced phone, a string of hastily deleted messages, all pointed to the unthinkable, an affair. But not just any affair. The sender of those messages, the recipient of Mark's clandestine affections, was her own mother. The phone slipped from Sarah's grasp, clattering against the hardwood floor. Her world tilted on its axis, the familiar becoming grotesquely distorted. Nausea welled up in her throat, the taste of bile acrid on her tongue. She wanted to scream, to tear at her hair, to erase the image of those messages from her mind. But all she could do was stare at the phone, the evidence of their betrayal glowing accusingly from the screen. Confrontation was inevitable, a storm brewing in the suffocating silence of their home. Sarah's voice, usually so soft-spoken, was raw with pain and anger. "How could you?" she spat, the words laced with venom. Mark's face, usually so open and loving, was a mask of guilt. He stammered, his words hollow apologies that rang false in the wake of his betrayal. And then there was Evelyn, her mother, standing there, her eyes filled not with remorse, but with a chilling defiance. The betrayal cut deep, severing the bonds of love and family. In that moment, Sarah knew she had to make a choice. Would she succumb to the pain, allowing it to consume her? Or would she rise from the ashes of betrayal, stronger, fiercer, determined to reclaim her life?